Okay, you lost your job. You cannot make your mortgage payments anymore. The bank keep calling and calling and calling. You don't know what to do. In this video, I'm going to show you what are your options, how you can protect yourself, protect your house, and protect your future.
Thank you for participating in another episode of Saturday's Foreclosure Exposure. Please welcome Fernando Urbosa once again to another episode of today's Foreclosure Exposure.
Hi, this is Fernando Urbosa with Maxus Realty Group, and today I'm going to be talking about to those people that can no longer make their mortgage payment. I'm going to show you a way how you can avoid a foreclosure using the short sale option. I'm going to give you all the information that you need to have in order for you to make the right decision. But right from the beginning, I want to talk to you about short sale. What exactly is a short sale? You know, when you're doing a short sale, it's a basically normal and average transaction that somebody's selling their house and a buyer is buying the house. There is nothing different between a short sale and a regular transaction. The only thing that is different is that the amount of money that the bank requires for them to be satisfied from the mortgage of the seller is short, because obviously they don't have enough money to pay everything that you owe to the bank. For that reason, that is why it's called a short sale. And prior to that transaction taking place, the bank is going to give their approval that they're willing to take less money and call the loan off, and they be completely satisfied and everything goes back to zero. In that case, you sell the house and you just walk away. The buyer buys the house, move into the house, and there is nothing else different between a transaction, a normal transaction, and a short sale transaction. That is what is a short sale. But there is a lot of other things that you need to take in consideration when it comes to a short sale. And I want to talk to you about when you should consider it. That's the number one thing. We're going to talk about what is your first step that you should take to begin the process. What about filing for bankruptcy? I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm going to talk about deficiency judgment, what is that, and how much it costs to do a short sale. So, first of all, when you should consider a short sale? When you are ineligible to refinance or modify your mortgage, that's when you should consider a short sale. When those two things are completely out, you can no longer stay on the house. Obviously, the short sale becomes a better option for you. When you are facing a long-term hardship, whether you lost your job, you're sick, or someone that you're dependent from die, or some other thing that happened in your life where you know that you can no longer sustain the same type of income, the same type of living as you did before. And that is when you should consider a short sale. When you're behind in your mortgage payments, if you haven't made the payments in the last 6 months, 8 months, even longer, and you're basically accumulating all these payments, and on top of that, next month's payments are already coming, and you don't know what to do, you're just completely drowning with all these things, that's when you should consider doing a short sale. When you are owning more for the home than it's really worth. Let's give you an example. If you owe $300,000 to the bank, when you sell it, and if you sell it and the maximum you can sell it was $275 because other houses in the neighborhood are selling for $275, then that is when you should consider doing a short sale. When you can sell your home for the price to satisfy your debt, that's when you should consider a short sale. If you have a house that you owe $300,000, and when you put it in the market to try to sell the house, you got to pay commissions, closing costs, and everything else. That may be another $15,000. For example, that means that you need to sell a house for $15,000 just to come to zero. But if the houses are only worth $275, obviously that is not an option. You can put the house in the market for $315 and nobody's going to buy it. And meanwhile, everything is just getting worse and worse and worse for you. You need to make a decision, because that's when you should consider a short sale. When you can no longer afford your home because your job changed and you need to get out, you go into another state or you're doing something that is different, and you just you cannot just leave the property So you have to make a decision. That's when you should consider doing a short sale. Now you ask yourself, what's your first step? What you should take? You know, I have done hundreds of shorts. I helped hundreds of short sale listings and sellers that they were having problems whenever they lost their job or they couldn't pay for their houses. And the first thing that you need to do is to contact a licensed real estate agent who has experience and knowledge and specializes in short sales, because that is really the most important thing and step that you must take. Because the person that's helping you, they have to have the knowledge and experience to know how to deal with the bank, know how to advise you properly, and know how to put your property in the market in a way that is going to benefit you and not the bank and not the buyers, but just you. Very important that you have somebody with experience. And then from that, then you're going to contact the mortgage servicers. You cannot hide from them. If they're calling you every day, they're calling you every other day, and they're saying, where is the payment? Where is the mortgage payment? You know, you can no longer ignore them. You need to answer. You need to talk to them. And you need to explain your current situation and basically say, this is what I want to do. I want to do a short sale so I can satisfy my loan to you to the best of my ability, and then just get out and be over with. You know, the mortgage servicer wants to help you. They don't want to foreclose the house from you. They don't want to go through the process of hiring an attorney, going to the court and taking the house away from you. You know, if there's a way how you can, they can fix the problem, and obviously a short sale is a great fixer for this problem, then they will gonna collaborate with you to see if that's possible. For that, it's very important that you have somebody representing you, talking to the bank to be able to do the right things, so that short sale becomes a possibility for you. A lot of people ask, so what about just filing for bankruptcy? You know, first of all, I wanted to tell you, I'm not an attorney. I cannot advise you, because I really, the only thing I can advise you is just consult with your own attorney about this. But I can tell you, after talking to hundreds of people, consider doing a short sale on the past few years. I can tell you with knowledge that a bankruptcy is not going to keep the bank from taking your house away from you. It only prolongs the situation a little bit, but eventually you're going to have to give the house back to the bank, because they know that you're not paying. The judge knows you're not paying, and you're not going to live there the rest of your life for free. Basically, bankruptcy just prolongs the situation. And the problem is that then after you realize that, then you may try to do a short sale, and your short sale may fail. Then the bank is going to end up foreclosing you, and you're going to get the double whammy. That's what I call the double whammy, which is when you're bankrupt and you're foreclosed. And that is not a good thing for you to start your new future. It may take years to recuperate from that. And you don't want that. You want to make sure you make the right decision right from the get-go and be able to protect yourself in your future. You know, forget about the bank, forget about the judge, forget about those things that you're feeling maybe anxious about, and start concentrating on yourself and concentrate on your family, protect your family, and making sure you take advantage of everything that's available for you to get out of this mess. So now we'll talk about the deficiency judgment. What is the deficiency judgment? The deficiency judgment is a ruling that the court makes against you as the debtor, because after selling your house, they did not have enough money to pay your mortgage off. That difference, you know, let's say the house that you owe $300,000 and the house was end up selling for $250,000. That $50,000 difference you still owe to the bank, and that is called a deficiency judgment. And that's another reason why you need to have somebody who can negotiate to the best of their ability, so the bank can forgive you that deficiency judgment, so you don't have to worry about it at the end. It doesn't matter how much your house sells for at the end. It just, what it matters is that the bank is going to say, we're not going to pursue a deficiency judgment against the seller. That means you're okay. You're selling your house, you avoided foreclosure, you avoided a bankruptcy, and everything is done for you. That is exactly the short sale option that you must seek in case you need to save yourself when you can no longer make your mortgage payments anymore. Now, You may be asking yourself, how much it costs to do a short sale? How much I have to pay for this? You know, the sellers in a short sale position in general, they need to be asked to pay. They're not being asked to pay all the closing costs. You're not going to be asked to pay the documentation fees, the transfer taxes, titles, insurance, and any other fees. The bank is going to pay for all of that for you. And that is also including all the real estate commissions. You do not have to pay the real estate commissions either. So basically, in a sense, how much it costs to do a short sale is going to end up costing you zero. And that's really good news for you, especially when you're in a hardship and you can no longer pay for this. So I want to give you an offer at the end. I want to give you this offer because I want to see if the short sale option is good for you. If you live in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, you need to call me for my free consultation. I want to give you a free consultation so I can give you the best advice possible so you can make the best decision possible for your house. Take advantage of my experience. I'll be happy to talk to you. We can either do it by phone. This is an initial consultation when we start asking you questions, and I can give you some information about it and what you should do and what you should not do based on your circumstances. Then after that, we may graduate to a Zoom call. We're gonna get connected by a computer, and we're gonna be able to chat with one another. I'm gonna be able to show you some documentation and some proof, the things that we can do for you. But then the best thing to do, so you don't have to waste more time, is a face-to-face, mask-to-mask meeting. We're going to meet you at your house because we want to see what your house looks like, and we're going to compare it to the marketing that we need to do and more or less how much we can sell it for so we can have an idea. At the same time, we're going to give you the advice necessary based on your house. Remember, we're not here to try to buy your house. The only thing we're doing is helping you get out from a house when you can no longer make the mortgage payments, and we're helping you sell the house just like a regular real estate transaction. That is the only thing. I want you to call me at my number 240-426-5754 if you are one of the people that need to be helped. I'll be happy to advise you. We may not be able to help you. We may not be able to connect in a good way so you can go forward with the short sale. It doesn't matter. Just want to give you my offer. Use my experience. Let me tell you what you can do based on what's going on in your life, and I will tell you everything based on the hundreds of people that I helped before. My name is Fernando Rebozo with Maxus Realty Group. You need to contact me today. I'll be happy to talk to you and help you in anything. My office number, 301-246-0001. Thank you and have a great day.